It's gonna take a la la la.
Good afternoon and welcome to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium, your host, and my co-host who you just missed singing a lot of love. You stopped right when we were coming on, and I think you should have kept going.
No, that's all right. By the way, why are you sounding so mellow? You're like, good afternoon, everyone. You sounded like so relaxed and like chill.
I don't
Sounded good.
maybe I'm practicing for like another profession,
Like
something.
what profession would that be? Somebody please tell me now.
Well, wait, by the way, who are you? You didn't say.
I'm Coach Elex.
Yay,
You
Coach
should
Helix is in the
know by
house.
now if you eat Coach Elex.
Hey, you know
That's
what? The
it.
way I look at this Helix is every single week there's these new beauties coming in to listen to us, and they don't know exactly, what's the deal with us and who we is Mr. Mark, who's here too, is as always producing my show, producing your show. So, but I hope everybody is doing well on this Wednesday. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, and I got, as I posted on Facebook and Instagram, my pączkis, which is a Polish pastry, a Polish donut, if you will, that the Polish culture eats. You know that the backstory of that is that where that started from was that coming up to Lent, you don't eat sweets, so all the fat and all the sweets that were in your house, so you didn't waste them for however long Lent is. Growing up Catholic, I should know that, but I don't. And they would cook everything, and that's how the pączkis came to be, is that people would make these pastries so that all those ingredients didn't go to waste, and then of course they had to eat them before Lent started. But that's a great way to segment into my mother, because Elix will remember this. Every Lent, my mother was giving, and maybe I have said this before, was giving sweets up. And throughout Lent, Elix and my mother would go to dinner, and my mother would have cookies. And Elix and I would say, I thought you gave sweets up. Yeah, cookies aren't sweets. And then the
Yep.
next week would be cake. No, cakes aren't sweets. And then the next time was ice cream. Ice creams aren't sweets. I'm like, Ma, what exactly are sweets that you gave up? I think if none of all that other stuff is, well, stuff like lollipops.
That was clear.
Oh, that was my mother. I miss her daily after just 2 years. But Elix, so what's going on with you?
Well, I was sharing in the Facebook Live that today I was so excited. Those of you who follow me know the story. If you don't follow me, you need to follow me at Coach Elex. But today we are celebrating the fact that my sister rang the bell. She has been fighting a very hard fight with breast cancer for the last year, and it's been very tough. She's been in and out, very sick in the hospital, many times in intensive care, and finally, she got her very last chemo treatment. So I am ecstatic, and she posted the picture ringing the bell, and I wanted to make sure that everyone knew so that everyone could celebrate with us because
I
that is
love it.
quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, and like I said, Elix, it's just really, it just goes to show you the connection between mind and body and soul, because she was a warrior and knew she was
Hmm.
going to fight this, and she did.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and also like you said before, our mindset it's very important because if your mindset it's positive, if you create the intention that you are going to be well and that you're going to recover, the universe does the work
I
for
love
you.
I love that. As a matter of fact, this week I did I was interviewed for a friend that I met that came to me for a reading, Lori Machka. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, and she has a YouTube channel, and she interviewed me. So I'll make sure I put it out there, and I'll put the link. But it was a great interview, and we sort of talked about that. And by the way, I want to say something else before we go to the break, but I want to also make sure I remember to say, again, if you have spoken to me over the past several weeks for a reading, if you could just do me a favor and hold off so that people that have never spoken to me can get through, that would be very appreciative. You know, it's tough when people keep telling me they can't get through, and the same people keep calling and calling. And I love speaking to you, and I love doing spirit, but because, you know, this is a radio station, and I can't get to a lot of people, and it's hard for people to get through. So just thank you for that. I very much appreciate it. But Elix, what I wanted to say too to you and everybody else is that when we were just talking about mind, body, soul, a couple of days ago, I think I was running on the canal, and I was just thinking to myself, you know how everyone has probably, I know people that follow me have heard me say this, and I'm sure people have heard this through other mediums and psychics, that, you know, between like 3 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the morning, the veil, if you will, is the thinnest. So that's why people have visits, you know, when they think it's dreams, but it's actual visits. And that's why you may be woken up and you look at your watch or your phone, and it's like 333 or 222. It's your loved ones waking you up, and it's sort of easier. And it just made me step back and think, but why? Like, why is the veil thinner? And I was just curious about it, and I was watching a video from Deepak Chopra, who everybody knows is just incredible. He's just such an incredible guy. But in you know, I'm going to give a rudimentary kind of I don't know, summary of what he was talking about. But he was just saying that in consciousness, there's three states. The ones he was talking about, and it's the physical, you know, when your eyes are open and you're looking around and the experience you're having, and then, you know, it's the mental. If you were to, you know, just during the day sit down and close your eyes, then you're not experiencing the physical anymore because you can't see it. You start using your sensations and your sensors and all that kind of stuff. That's the mental piece. And then the third state of consciousness is that deep sleep. And when I was listening to it, I was so intrigued. And he was just talking about that is really the highest intelligence, that state. Felix, you may even know this because, you know, I know you know so much about the brain and coaching. But when he was just talking about in that highest intelligence state, when you're in that deep sleep, so many things happen, like that we don't know it, like removing toxins and creativity, you know, resetting memories, correlations. I mean, it was just like he also talked about like your imagination being refined, and like one of the things that stood out was like he said the unconscious processing is going on that you don't even know processing is going on, and it made sense to me that now I have like an answer, or now I have a better understanding of why it happens, why people say the veil is the thinnest at that time period. It's because, I mean, I always felt it was because maybe we're sleeping and we're more relaxed. That's part of it. But because we get into that third state, in which is so the highest intelligence, which just means that there's just this also this connection between us and spirit. How cool is that, Helix?
I think it makes perfect sense, because
it does.
Yeah, because when you're in that state, that subconscious state, your fear, your primitive brain, which is the where fear lives, it's not activated. So you don't feel any of those emotions that are led by fear-based emotions, right? And those are the things that really stop that the other brain, the executive brain, from letting go, if you will. So that makes perfect sense to me.
Well, you know what? A couple of weeks ago, I made those cookies and said, I'm a chef today. I'll make a special meal. Now I can say, I'm a scientist now. How's that?
Oh, well, I don't even know what to say about that.
That's our life. That's our life. That I say something, Elix, honestly, every day will just look at me, turn around, doesn't say anything to me, just turns and walks away from me. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I just don't. But what were you going to say?
It's time for a break. Let's just take
even if it wasn't, Elix is like, please take a break. Please take a break.
Go.
Yes, we're going to take a break. So when I come back, I'm going to take callers, 508-222-1320. My favorite part of the show is taking you callers. So we will be right back. I keep hearing A. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium. And with me is my handsome, guapo co-host.
That's right. Coach Elix is in the house.
Coach Elix is in the house. So, you know what? Let me go to the first caller and let's get into this. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Danielle. Am I connecting with you today?
Hello, you've reached WARA 10.
Hello?
Danielle. Yes, you're with me. You're here. You're live. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. The silly Stephen. So, Danielle, I just, on the break, I said to Elix, whoever the first caller is, Ann, Anthony, A, who's the A connected to you? Go ahead.
I have a sister.
And her name is?
Oh, sorry, Andrea.
So Danielle's going to make me work for this. I get it. But Andrea's still here, right?
Correct.
Got it. I love this. This is, it feels as if it's a really, really strong father energy stepping forward, but not necessarily. Wait a minute. Is your dad here or crossed?
Crossed.
Oh, so it is him. Because there feels like there's, when I just kind of pause, it feels like there's two. I don't know if that's his dad, like your grandfather, or like a father-in-law. But all of a sudden, there's another father energy. But let me stick with your dad. Is so excited that he gets to do this. Danielle keeps showing me somebody going through a window into a house. I don't know if this is at some point keep in mind, Danielle, that there's no time for spirit. So this could be something that happened when you were 7, that it will always be something, but he keeps showing me like either someone's locked out or someone, and also let me preface this with, this is not future stuff. It already happened, or someone was trying to open a window to break in. I can actually see a body going into a window. That's what do you have any recollection of what your dad's saying?
No.
Why did I know you were going to say no?
I'm like, were we trying to sneak out without them knowing is possible, but...
No, you know what, Danielle? This feels as if it is like a second home or a vacation. Someone's on vacation. It feels as if your dad's, he's laughing and just said, she so knows what I'm talking about. That it feels like it's when you're a teenager. Something, because I can actually feel somebody being lifted. One day, me and my best friend we were walking through his neighborhood, and this older guy, I think he looked like he was like 80 years old, locked himself out. And I had to go, and my best friend Paul had to like lift my foot, my bum, and push me to open the window, and I had to come in and unlock the door. That's what your father's saying. He says,
I think so. It might have been at my uncle's cabin.
And was there something like that? You had to go through a window?
I think so. I would have to probably remember. But yeah, there was probably a time where they had to push me through and to unlock the door.
Well, I will guarantee you, though, that if that's a thought, think about it, and I'm sure it happened, because if your father is so loving and just keeps putting his... wait, are there 3 of you?
4. There's 3 girls.
And one is in spirit?
No.
So all 3 of you are still here? I thought you said there were.
No, no, we're all here. My siblings are all here.
Got it. So but there's 3 of you.
There's 4 of us total, 3 girls.
Okay, and so the brother is still here also?
Correct.
Why are they giving me 3 then? Why did your father say 3? Who's the third in line? Who's third?
Me.
Oh, so I maybe that's just giving that as a reference to you and that it happened to you. Maybe, I don't know. Your father just showed me the kids and said 3. So unless somebody else, okay, like you have 3 nieces or nephews, but there's a 3 that your dad keeps talking about. He just said to me that he pointed to the mother energy. Is your mother here or crossed?
Here.
So it's got to be like a grandmother, but he points over, so it sounds like or feels like it's your mom's side, like mom's mom or that side of the family, and keeps talking about a birthday or an anniversary. There's something close, really close, like.
Correct. So there's two people, in both in March. One's on the 3rd, one's on the 1st.
Wow,
And
I love that.
yeah, so one is my sibling, and the other one would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She wouldn't meet the 3rd sibling, but another one. So if someone's coming through, it's the 2 birthdays.
Yeah, you know what? That's the 3 is also, when I was asking 3, it actually wasn't also kids. It was connected to the 3rd, March 3rd. And whose birthday is March 3rd?
My sister, Andrea, the A.
Oh my God, here we got the A again. No wonder why your dad started with A. I'm like, like I said, I'm with Elix, like A, someone's A. So I got it. I love the fact that your dad is giving a huge shout out birthday celebration to your sister. And just also to let you know how much he's with you and how much he loves you, Danielle. So I'm going to leave you with that. Listen, lots of love and thank you so much for calling.
All right. Have a great one. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Danielle. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Hi, this is Robin.
Hi, Robin. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I love that. I'm great. Robin, when you just, when I just heard your voice, I got the T, Tom, Teresa, Terry, Tim, the T name. Unless, Robin, was there somebody that you used to golf, like either living or cross, that liked the sport of golfing?
No, not that I can remember.
So if that's not the case, I always have to stop there because that's the only letter that, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's golf or a T. Someone's like first, middle, last name, I keep hearing T. It sounds like Tom. You don't have a Tom connected to you?
No. Actually, no, it's not connected to me, but I know plenty of T's. I know a Tom.
You mean just as like a friend?
Yes.
But why when you just said that, when they talked, did someone date Tom?
No, I don't think so.
This is a relationship connection. It's either a relationship meaning like boyfriend, girlfriend, girlfriend, or it's a family member. So it's not that friend because there's more than that. I just asked, is your mom here or crossed?
No, my mom's passed.
So just know that your mom, Robin, is stepping forward. She's very excited to be here. And she also keeps talking about, I can't tell, she keeps saying cock. I can't tell if she's talking about, did she have cancer?
No, she didn't.
So then if she didn't, it's Chris, Kathy, Kevin. Who's the C or K name that she's giving? C or K, just keep it with you, Robin, if it doesn't come, because it will come. But,
right.
when they give me C or K, I can never tell sometimes if they're talking about, unless wait a minute, your dad is in spirit too? Well, who's the father figure?
My mom, my dad, my 2 brothers, and my husband.
There's no cancer connection?
I think my brother passed away last August, and he had cancer, but his name is Arthur.
Oh, yeah, no, the name, that's completely different now. The T is, we're past the T, we're done with the T. There's a T somewhere, but just keep it with you. Now spirits like Robin, let's keep going. That's how they work. But there's something, Robin, I don't know if this is your brother. There's a stomach or like that area is having issues. You know what it feels like? It feels like, I mean, I don't know how else to say this, but it feels like testicle or prostate cancer.
Yes, that would be my brother that passed.
I got it. Is that what he had?
Yes.
Yeah, I got it. So know that your brother is just yelling, Robin! He's just so excited.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I miss him a lot.
I love the fact, Robin, when you just said that, he just said, you know, leave it to my sister to almost like be given back to me, like, oh yeah, like that would be me. And he said, but seriously, my sister is the best. He's just that boy is with you all the time. And your brother also keeps talking about a lake or the ocean or water. I don't know if this was like an annual trip or one vacation, but I'm in water. I'm standing in water, and it feels like it's a family kind of deal. You guys didn't used to like go up north or someplace where water like.
No, no. I mean, my brother was a big beach person, and I was a big beach person, definitely.
Oh, so maybe that's what he's giving me. I could actually feel my legs, like from my knee down, just standing in water. So, that's why I said either a lake or the ocean, something like that. Know that
Right,
your brother, and you know what your brother just said. He just talked about the what's found on the beach, a shell, a shell. He keeps talking
right.
about a shell. What is that?
Well, I collect shells from every vacation, every beach we go to, so maybe that's it.
I love you, Robin. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, Robin, it's absolutely it. So I love that your brother
Yeah.
and everybody else is giving that as a validation that you collect them. And your brother just said she's got a really good collection also. Like,
Oh, I do.
yeah,
From all
very,
over.
very, very pretty collection. Did you know, Robin, that most people will only just think maybe like crystals spirit connection connected, or in which they are, in which they do, they give us energy. But what people also don't know, that anything, especially like a shell, can do absolutely the same thing. So your pull towards shells is really because of your connection to spirit, and that whether you know it or not, that's why you have sort of that desire, is because your soul knows that when you've got shells around you, it just can open your soul up, it opens your heart up, and
Right.
it also opens you to connect to spirit. Do you understand that?
I dream every single night of one of my deceased family members every night.
I'm not surprised, Robin. I am not surprised, especially with those shells. And I love that your brother brought that up, and I get to share that with you. But more so, Robin, and I thank you for this, because so many people now are going to understand. Wow, I didn't know shells did the same thing as crystals, because
Right.
they're part of nature. They've got that water element too. So which is a beautiful
Exactly.
thing. But I love your connection, in those shells just enhance it. And your brother just yelled out, "Ma, Dad!" Everybody's saying "I love you" at the same time. I've never heard
Oh,
this in spirit. Your brother just said everybody's singing "I love you," but in a happy birthday song, like the happy birthday, like
oh,
lyrics, not lyrics, but
right.
music, singing "I love you." They all love you, Robin. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
I
leave
love
you with
them
that,
too. I
because,
miss them so much.
well, they're always with you. That's the beautiful thing. And you know what? Let me tell you before I let you go. Do you know how fortunate you are that you get to dream and have visits with them? That's the biggest thing that I get from people. Stephen, tell me, how do I connect? How do I dream of them? So the
Right.
fact that you got that, just as part of you, keep doing what you're doing, Robin.
I will, and I thank you guys very much.
We thank you. Listen, lots of love to you, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen, the medium, having the best time with Danielle and Robin and the next to come. And of course, I'm with Coach Elix, who is in the house somewhere.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, you sound like you're petering out.
I'm just in the background because I want you to get through as many people as possible.
Yes, sir. Okay, let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hi, this is Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. Stacy, I'm getting right down to business with you, with loved ones stepping. There's a lot of loved ones stepping forward. You know, Stacy, there's a dad energy here. But is your dad still here?
Yes, he is.
And you have a father-in-law who's crossed?
Yes, I do.
You know, I didn't want to go to the grandfather level because he kept saying no, dad level. So father-in-law is here. You know, it's very interesting, Stacey. Your father-in-law is got teary-eyed when he is because he's standing right next to you and he's looking at you and he's watching you. But he also, from his perspective, I'm not really sure what exactly. He's not giving me specifics, but he feels like there was more stuff for him to do or to say, or you know what it feels like, Stacey? It feels like, and I feel he's a great soul, but it feels like something was missing that he didn't get to, or he didn't say this, or he didn't. I don't know. Did you know him?
I did. Yep, I did.
There's something that he keeps saying he wished. I don't know if he was not emotional or if there was something going on at some point, you know, with family. But all I can tell you is that he's just very, very happy that he gets to step forward. He loves you and just says, I just want to make sure that she knows that he, there's also, it feels like there's a grandmother, but your side stepping forward because mom's mom has passed. It feels like it's maternal.
Yep.
She steps forward and your mother's here, right?
My mother's here with me. Yep.
Got it.
She has not passed. It's just my grandmother.
Yeah, so I thought it was your grandmother on your mom's side stepping forward. Your grandmother keeps talking about, now I don't know, because I got your father-in-law, and I love when I got both sides, right? Your father-in-law and your grandmother on your mom's side, they keep talking about sun exposure. Someone keeps saying, watch the sun exposure. Did someone ever have like something removed? Stacy, do you remember, like something skin-wise?
My father, but he's always taken care of that stuff. So,
oh yeah,
that was a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean it in the sense that it's bad or anything. I'm just saying, you know, what they do is how they work is that they give me just experiences that have happened here. Just it's all about saying, Stacey, it's really grandma. Like Stephen wouldn't know this. So if your father has had something like that done, just make sure you know that this is why your grandmother's giving that as a validation. Billy, Bob, Barbara, who's the B?
Well, my husband's a B, but he's here.
Yeah, either here or crossed. So they're validating your husband. What's your husband's name?
Robert.
Robert, I got it. You know, just not surprising, Stacy, that because your father-in-law is here too, is that he's validating his son and giving that as a reference. But someone keeps telling me that did you or your husband, are you guys still together?
Yes, we are.
I love the way you said that, Stacy. Like, are you saying something, Stephen? Like, is something going on? No.
No, we are.
I love it. I feel that great energy. There's a child in spirit. There's one. I keep hearing someone lost a baby, someone lost a child, or brother, sister. Like,
yeah. Well, that's funny because it depends. He had lost a sibling, and then I had a miscarriage. So I don't know if that's what that is.
Yeah, however it works, that's why I said brother, sister, because it's one of each. So if his is a brother or a sister, then yours is the opposite. It's
yep,
that's how it works.
It was a brother for him. Yeah, it was a brother for him. Yep.
Got so then yours was a daughter. Just know that, and someone keeps talking about teaching. A teacher?
That's me.
I love it. I love everyone's just around you and just loving you. And much like Stacy, I mean, much like was it Robin I was talking to?
Yep.
You're also very, very connected, Stacy.
Yes.
So I love that you know that, and that I keep hearing everybody in spirit saying that she feels like she's you must have at some point, probably more than once, have felt something like either goose pimples and feel like something's around you or someone's. Oh, wait a minute! Your father-in-law just said to me, "You see shadows." Like keep this with you, Stacy, if it doesn't resonate, because he says you've already seen this. You walk into a room and like peripherally, like just a split second, it looks like from the corner of your eye, something like left the room, like a shadow or something.
Okay.
Make sure you keep that with you, because that's always a really great way for people that are connected, that see spirit, but they don't know it's spirit. They our brains are very, weird when it comes to spirit stuff, because, that left side of the brain wants to just immediately jump in and say, I'll explain it. That's not spirit. That's, you had something in the corner of your eye. That's what it was. So make sure now that I tell you, or now that spirit has me tell you that, I'm telling you, Stacy, you're going to be like, oh dear God, it doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. So, I mean, it's just the way it is when that happens. Someone keeps showing me tie-in shoes. Is there like a fireman or a policeman connected to you?
No. 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 Nope. I had to think for a minute, but it wasn't what I thought. No. Nope.
The reason why I'm asking you that about the shoes is that somebody's got weird or different, not weird, but different shoes. Construction, fishing, police, fire. Somebody's got, or someone has someone's boots or shoes. There's something that somebody wants to give, but it feels to me it's connected to a profession. It feels like construction, Stacy.
I don't know.
So just make sure you keep this with you on your side as well as your husband's side. And when I just said that, your father-in-law just said it is on his side, on your husband's side, because there's is Robert, your husband, was he named after somebody?
Oh, no, I don't believe he was. Nope.
Then on his side, someone was named. Do you have kids?
I have. Yeah, there are three.
There's some name, a middle name that comes down.
Middle names, yes. Yep. No, they're each. Yeah, all the kids have middle names of people as well as my husband. If that's what you were, I didn't know if you were first name like that.
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. I thought so. I thought when your father-in-law pointed to your son first, and I'm like, she's saying no, and then I just went to the kids because your father-in-law was like, well, just go to the kids then. But again, it's just. It's father-in-law, it's dad-in-law, just making sure you know that he's around, he's with you. And the construction, I got it, is that someone built a house, someone was thinking about building a house, or built a shed. Who built something?
No, we haven't built. I'm thinking we haven't really built anything. We had some it's not construction. We had central lab put in. I don't know today.
No. And again, remember, it doesn't have to be you guys. Right. It can be a sibling. Yeah. It can be your husband. It can be an in-law. Someone very close connected to the family. There's building. Okay. I can see the walls going up, and I don't know if this is a house or if this is a shed, but there is something or a renovation, like something's being added to a house. Or someone flipped a house. If it doesn't come, Stacy, just make sure you hang on to it. They give it for a reason, and once you get it, that's all that matters. It's not about me. It's really about making sure your loved ones are like, we want Stacy to make sure she knows it's father-in-law, it's this one, it's that one. That's what it's all about. So your child, your in-law, your husband's brother who crossed, all of that is just to say, it's really us. It's really us. That's what they want. They just want to make sure, they want to make sure that they're around. It sounds like you do because you're very connected. But just make sure they're all watching you. That's what this is all about, right? And it should hopefully give you a good feeling, Stacy. So I'm going to leave you with that because I got to take a break. But thank you. Lots of love back to you, Stacy, and thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium with Coach Elix as my co-host. Let me go to the next caller.
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
It's Lisa. This is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy to talk to you.
I'm so happy to talk to you too, Lisa.
Thank you.
Lisa, I got to tell you, I got to start off with you. And this may sound a little strange until I explain it, and I don't get this a lot. There's magic around you. There's a lot of, there's your soul and your energy, because when I tune into you, I keep seeing unicorns and angels around you. That's always, it's always something that, remember this, it's always something that, for whatever reason, you're just very, very connected to God, your guardian angels, magical stuff that just, it helps. So anytime that you may think like something happens and you're distraught about it, always remember that most likely it should have been way worse, and because of your presence and your, like, this beautiful soul you've got, it wasn't as bad as it should have been. So just, it's a good perspective to keep with you, Lisa, but just make sure you keep it with you. Where's the two come in? Are they twins? You got two kids? Are you one of two?
No, I have 3 kids, and I have 2 siblings, so it's 3 and 3. I guess.
It could be they're saying sometimes I mess up when it comes to like the person I'm speaking to when they give me two, like is it two of you or there's two other ones of you? I'm just asking what they're giving me.
It could be two parents that have passed. I mean, is that
That's
where
not,
you're getting?
No, but it's kind of funny you just said that because grandparents and parents are here. Everybody is very excited. But did your dad die like 60s or younger?
No.
So
no, my dad died.
No, I was going to say, Lisa, not to interrupt. It's just that I'm getting pushed for time, and I want to make sure I get as much as I can with you. So yes. there's a when someone steps forward as a young male, it just means that he's so around you and he's so excited to be around you. It's somebody 60s or younger, like could be 40s, 30s, 50s. There's not like a brother-in-law that was connected to you that's in spirit.
No, and I'm very surprised. No. Most of our relatives died pretty old. My mom was in her 70s, but my dad was 89.
No, so then it's obviously it's not your dad. Then it could be, it could be like a friend. It could be if you have a spouse, it could be a friend of his but there's Anthony, Anna. Who's the A connected to you?
Oh, you just said Anthony.
Yeah, who's that?
That's my dad.
I love that your dad, even though we're not talking about him, he made sure you knew that he was coming forward and stepping forward. He just said to me that he knew how much you would love that, and that he just said, that's my special girl. It also, Lisa, keep with you, it could be him or your mom lost because it's a guy, a brother who is younger, but there's somebody here, and he did not live a long life, and he just is so excited to make sure he's with you. Your father just said, and I know you already told me your mother's here, but your father just said to me that they watch those three kids of yours like hawks, and when I just said hawks, there's something connected with that word to you or somebody connected to you. There's a sports team. There's someone likes hawks. Something happened with the hawk. There is something with that word that your dad just keeps telling me. So make sure you also hang on to it. And Lisa, a writer or a painter? Who writes or paints or used to?
Well, no, I have a degree in journalism, but and I used it for a little bit, but that's not my primary profession. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, are you kidding? Lisa, I'm not to interrupt again, but your father and everybody else is screaming like, what does she mean? That's not they're so proud of you. They're so proud of the journalism. I could see your hand going, and I just couldn't tell whether that was writing or painting. Just know that, again, why they do that and why they give those validations is just to say they're with you, how much they love you. Your father your mom just said, you want Lisa, anytime you want to see me, look in the sky. And it's kind of cool with your mother because your mother also includes like the birds and the trees, anything with wings that she makes sure that she gives as a sign to you, but also the stars. It's just a nice, great calling card that
I love that
your mom is giving to you. And you know what? Because I am pressed for time, but I got to ask you,
okay,
who there's like adoption or foster kids?
There's my sister adopted a child who's now 10 years old. And she was, that. My father just adored her. He called her the baby. Because all the rest of the grandchildren were in their 20s and 30s, but here's this little girl who comes on the scene from China, and now she's
Lisa,
10, but he still always called her the baby.
I love that. If you just think of how, something so specific that would pull at the heartstrings and it's dad and mom and everybody else. Mm-hmm. That's why they give this to say it's really us, how much they love you. And just keep in mind, too, that your father just said, because I've got to go, that 2022 is a very good year for you, Lisa. Very,
Thank
very
you,
good.
Stephen.
Very good.
It's such a pleasure to speak with you. Thank
it's such a pleasure, too. You have a great night. Lots of love to you, Lisa.
Thank you. Lots of love to you, both.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. Lisa just made my day. I love that. Let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hi, Stephen. This is Sheila. How are you?
I'm good, Sheila. So listen, I don't have much time, so I got to go fast.
Understood.
So
Understood.
Sheila, whose middle name is A? Ann. Or A. There's also a really strong A connected as soon as I tune into your energy, like Anna or Anthony or Amber or nobody you know.
Well, I have a son whose middle name is Anthony.
Oh my God, Sheila. So I guess that's what it is. So but you got 2 kids?
I have 2 kids, yes.
Yeah, because someone just yelled, but there's 2 of them, not just one. Also, dad energy. Is your dad here or crossed?
He's passed.
So know that your father just, there's a lot, this mother energy too. I don't know if this is your mother or grandmother. Wait a minute. Is your mother still here or crossed?
She passed.
So wow, you got a lot of people here, Sheila, for you. I'm very, very excited they get to do this. Your mom or grandmother keeps talking about, it looks like a chain or a pendant or a necklace. And I don't know, Sheila, keep this with you. I don't know if it's the same thing or these are 2 separate validations. Also 17. Someone's 17. There's something on the 17th of a month or January 7th, but there's 1-7 connection to you. But your grandmother and mom just said to me, there's also a cross. Someone keeps wanting to validate the cross.
That's ironic because maybe on my husband's side, he had his grandfather's cross, and he had an MRI. Unfortunately, it got thrown out. He put it, in the side. So I've been trying to replace it for him ever since then. But maybe that's it. I'm not sure.
Oh my God, I love. Yeah. I mean, you know what, Sheila? The great thing is, I love when someone says to me, maybe that's it, and that is absolutely it. It's listen, if. It's almost like everybody on your husband's side, your side, they're all coming out and saying, we want to talk to Sheila. We want to talk to Sheila. And because this is such a time.
I know you have to go. I'm sorry to cut you off. I know you have to go soon. But the people that you were talking to before, like the Barbara is my sister, the policeman, the fireman, they all related to me. So I'm like, maybe they were sitting there and waiting. Who knows?
Oh, Sheila, there is never, you know what, everything you just said to me, you've got to make sure you accept that was absolutely your loved ones. That's what they do. That's absolutely what they do. What they do is they'll do double validations from, whether I'm on the phone, whether I'm in a big event, they do the same thing and say, you know what, this is common between him and her, let's say it that way. So all that stuff, I love that, Sheila. I love that you got that. What is with the chain though? There's something with a chain or a pendant. You know what it is, Sheila? It's a piece of jewelry that's used differently or it's been changed. That's what it is. Someone added something to a ring, or the ring is used on a necklace, or a piece of jewelry changed. The only other time I get the validation like this is that if something, not the cross, because we already talked about that, or something was lost for a little bit, but there is a piece of jewelry that your mother just said, Sheila, come on, like you know.
Really?
And it is actually, your mom is talking about a ring with a stone, wedding, or some kind of stone. So just make sure you keep that with you. A lot of times,
what? I totally know what you're talking about.
You got it?
I do. Yep. Because my mother passed when we were young, so my father got her engagement ring put into a pendant for my sister Barbara. And then he put in her engagement ring setting a ruby for Barbara for her birthday. So it's got to be that. And it was
my God! Of course.
And Stephen, it got lost. And then 10 years later, someone had stolen it, and then it got returned to her. So it's back in the family. And it's in my sister Barbara's son's wife's engagement ring. So that's so cool. I got chills from head to toe right now.
Sheila, I swear, how connected are you? My next statement after you stopped was, Sheila, the entire time you were speaking, I could feel the goose pimples, because your loved ones are so close to you and they're screaming. If you could hear them for a second, Sheila, right now, screaming how excited they are that you got all this, that she knows it's us. She knows we're there, Sheila. We've gone nowhere. So I love that, Sheila. And so we don't get hung up on, I gotta end this. So lots of love to you, Sheila. Thank you so much for all of this.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Take care.
You too. Have a great night. So, Elix, let's just tell everyone how they can get in touch with you, find you, see you.
They can find me at Coach Helix anywhere on social media. So if you're not following me, it is time that you hit click and start following Coach Helix. Lots and lots of good content.
I love that. You can find me under Stephen the Medium. I didn't even talk about that. In a month period of time, I have my debut, my premiere of Lady of the Dunes, which I'm so excited, in P-Town and in Dennis in 2 different theaters, which is very excited. And Elix and I will have, you're doing your show Friday, right?
And Whisper in a Note, Stephen.
Oh my God, there's too much.
Hello.
Check out my website. There's 2 new services. I just did a pilot, a Whisper in a Note. You don't even need a reading. I just send the note. I do a video. Check my website out. You're going to absolutely love it. Elix, you're doing your show Friday?
Yes.
So we will be back at 1 o'clock Friday with Get a Grip with Coach Elix. Make sure you check out Mock's show before mine, 3 to 5. It's Mock's Jukebox, which is an amazing show. And this Saturday, Elix and I are going to see the Out of Bansky, right?
That's right. I'm excited about that.
I'm so excited too. So thank everyone that called. You guys, I love you, and the connections were beautiful. Thank you, and we will we'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.